Hello, in this episode, we'll talk about GAN. So here's a question, a motivating question. So we trained the neural network to classify handwritten digits in prior episode, like take an input image, go through a neural network, and then eventually classify whether it's a 7 or some other number. The question is, can you have a neural network like if you train this? So if we just reverse it, put a 7, label 7 here, would this going reverse produce an output that is a 7? And the answer is unfortunately no. It's actually a noisy average of like many images that was trained and went through this. Okay? So how do we create that generates like an image like this? Okay? So the motivation comes from supervised learning. Dog versus not a dog classifier. So you can have a dog and not a dog and have a supervised neural network that classify whether it's a false or true. It's a dog or not. Rather than just not a dog, you can actually have like a fake dog and a real dog picture and then have it classify and do a true false. Well, you can do that too. No? Okay. How about instead of having like a fake dog pictures, have a fake dog picture generator. So we generate by something that creates a fake dog and compare it against the real dog and then have a classifier, right? Well, that's doable too, isn't it? So eventually what we come out is that can we have a neural network that generates something, okay? And a dog and have the discriminator train whether it is a real dog picture or it's the generator called neural network that generates something of an image and have the discriminator distinguish between these two, okay? So this is sort of where it comes out to be, where GAN comes from. There are two neural networks, the neural network here, which is to distinguish between a real picture and a fake dog picture. But it just so happens that we use a neural network to generate a fake dog picture. Okay. So Ian Goodfellow, a couple of years back, came up with this idea called adversarial learning on how to do this. So it requires real data and a fake data like a generator, and it has two neural networks, generator and a discriminator. And in one of the steps, they show real data of a dog and train the discriminator. And if it doesn't recognize it as a dog, then backpropagate and train the errors. It also shows train some discriminator using the generator, the fake image generating neural network to generate fake data. And if the discriminator thinks that it's a real dog, then change the weights so that it doesn't, okay? So that's another step. And then in the last step, what it does is that, well, now we want to have the generator to be smart too. The discriminator can discriminate between fake and real pictures. We train them. But now with the generator, what we do is that when the generator generates a fake data, which would show the discriminator, if the discriminator correctly identifies it as a fake, then this generator is not doing a good job. The goal is to have the generator to fool the discriminator. So have changed the weights such that we keep the discriminator weight. So this we keep. But if the discriminator correctly identifies this generator as a fake, then have that gradient, the errors, propagate through the discriminator and update the generator weight such that it will fool this discriminator. So this is a simple idea of how the GAN works out. Thank you for watching this episode.